Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Yellowstone storyline left fans struggling to make it through the season. Taylor Sheridan's writing on Yellowstone is usually praised by fans. On the hit neo-western, he has created intense, complex characters that fans can both relate to and fear at the same time. But Lloyd's Forey J. Smith arc in Season 4 was one storyline that left fans questioning Taylor's motives. In previous seasons, Lloyd was seen as one of the most trusted hands on the Dutton Ranch. He also wears the Yellowstone brand on his chest, meaning he was chosen by John Dutton, Kevin Costner, to remain on the ranch for life. His loyalty to the ranch, friendship with Rip Colhauser, and the Dutton family is what left fans confused in Season 4, when Lloyd started doing things that seemed out of character. During Season 4, Lloyd started brawling with Walker, Ryan Bingham, over the barrel racers that oddly had moved into the bunkhouse on the ranch. Lloyd even went so far as to smash Walker's guitar and stab him, although he did throw the knife instead of actually pushing it in himself. Their drama led Rip and Lloyd to fight, even though Rip had previously tried to kill off Walker, and Lloyd and Rip seemed to be incredibly close. All of the out-of-character actions led one fan to take to Reddit to voice their concerns. "I'm in Season 4 and I'm not happy with how Rip is treating Lloyd. He was beefing with Walker for the longest and picking on him constantly, even tried to kill him when Casey was the boss. Walker gets in Lloyd's face and antagonizes him, but Lloyd gets punished. Then Rip makes the voice comment about Lloyd. Because of what he is to us, he's still alive." The fan started the thread. Another weighed in on the annoying storylines. Between the spinning horses and the Lloyd/Walker fight, watching Season 4 was like sticking a fork in my eye. I was put off by Rip and everyone's treatment of Lloyd too. The barrel racers living in the bunk was annoying too. Why did that just go on and on? While a third added, John even asked if Walker is such a problem, why is he still here? Also, Lloyd told Rip about how he was feeling before it all escalated. Rip, being the leader, should have been kicked the girls out. He was like, "I don't know how much more my pride can take." And Rip basically told him to get over it. Most of the writing in the show is full of holes like this. The whole beef with Walker never made any sense to begin with, a fourth pointed out. Lloyd's storyline eventually got back on track, and so did his relationship with Rip. He was even the best man when Rip married Beth Kelly Riley. The bunkhouse drama also seemed to calm down after Season 4, with the first half of Season 5 focusing on John's new job as the governor of Montana and the relationship between Beth and Jamie, Wes Bentley, continuing to grow more violent. Fans will get to see how Taylor wraps up all the Yellowstone storylines when Season 5B premieres on November 10, 2024. As the dust settled on the Dutton Ranch for another tumultuous season of Yellowstone, fans found themselves grappling with a storyline that left them more frustrated than satisfied. What should have been a season brimming with explosive drama and heart-wrenching moments instead stumbled under the weight of convoluted plots and character arcs that felt forced, leaving viewers struggling to stay invested. The season began with the promise of a showdown. John Dutton, now firmly entrenched as governor of Montana, faced mounting pressures from every angle. Political adversaries sought to undermine his power, while the ever-looming threat of corporate greed and land developers encroached on the sanctity of his beloved Yellowstone ranch. The stakes were sky-high, yet the execution left much to be desired. The political storyline, once a fresh angle for the show, became bogged down in repetitive arguments and predictable scheming. What could have been a compelling exploration of John's transition from rancher to politician felt like a rehash of old conflicts, with little new ground covered. Meanwhile, Beth Dutton's fiery persona, a hallmark of the series, began to wear thin for some fans. Her biting wit and unapologetic ruthlessness have always been central to her character, but this season saw her pushed to extremes that bordered on caricature. Beth's vendetta against market equities and her ongoing feud with Jamie, her adoptive brother, reached a fever pitch. While the tension between Beth and Jamie has been a cornerstone of the series, this season's relentless hostility felt more exhausting than engaging. Instead of exploring the complexities of their relationship, the show doubled down on their animosity, leaving little room for nuance or growth. Jamie's storyline, too, left fans scratching their heads. Once a layered and sympathetic character, Jamie devolved into a predictable antagonist. His alliance with Sarah Atwood, a cunning representative of market equities, felt contrived and lacked the emotional depth that had previously defined his struggles. The tension between his loyalty to the Dutton family and his own ambitions could have been a goldmine for character development, yet it was squandered on melodramatic twists that felt unearned. Case Dutton, often the emotional anchor of the series, found himself sidelined for much of the season. His spiritual journey and struggles with his identity as both a Dutton and a member of the Broken Rock Reservation have always added a poignant layer to the show. However, this season saw Case relegated to a subplot that felt disconnected from the main narrative. His visions and search for purpose, while intriguing, lacked the narrative weight to hold their own amidst the chaos of the other storylines. Even Rip Wheeler, the stoic enforcer of the Dutton clan, seemed to falter this season. While his relationship with Beth has been a cornerstone of the series, their dynamic felt stagnant. The passion and tenderness that once defined their love story were overshadowed by endless bickering and recycled conflicts. Rip's journey to the 4-6's ranch in Texas, while a potential setup for the upcoming spin-off, felt like a distraction from the central narrative rather than an organic progression of his character. The season wasn't without its moments of brilliance. Monica's grief over the loss of her child provided some of the most heartfelt and gut-wrenching scenes of the series. Kelsey Asbill delivered a powerhouse performance that reminded viewers of the emotional depth Yellowstone is capable of achieving. Similarly, the landscapes of Montana continued to serve as a breathtaking backdrop, with cinematography that captured the rugged beauty of the American West. Yet these moments were few and far between, overshadowed by a season that felt more like a collection of disjointed subplots than a cohesive narrative. The pacing was uneven, with some episodes dragging under the weight of exposition, while others rushed through key developments without giving them the time to resonate. The lack of a clear central conflict left the season feeling aimless, as if the show itself was unsure of where it was headed. The introduction of new characters, a staple of Yellowstone, also fell flat this season. Sarah Atwood, while initially intriguing, lacked the depth and complexity to become a truly memorable antagonist. Her scheming felt like a pale imitation of earlier villains, and her interactions with Jamie often bordered on soap opera melodrama. Similarly, the subplot involving Summer Higgins, the environmental activist turned unlikely ally of the Duttons, felt underdeveloped and failed to justify her continued presence in the story. Perhaps the most glaring issue this season was the lack of payoff for long-running storylines. The tension between the Duttons and the Broken Rock Reservation, a central theme since the series' inception, remained unresolved. The looming threat of market equities, while ever present, failed to deliver the climactic showdown fans had been anticipating. Instead, the season ended on a cliffhanger that felt more frustrating than tantalizing, leaving viewers wondering if the show had lost its way. As the credits rolled on the season finale, fans were left with more questions than answers. Where does Yellowstone go from here? Can the series recapture the magic that made it a cultural phenomenon, or has it strayed too far from its roots? While the show's loyal fanbase remains hopeful, this season was a stark reminder that even the most beloved series are not immune to missteps. In the end, Yellowstone remains a tale of family, loyalty, and the unrelenting fight to protect what you hold dear. But this season's missteps have highlighted the challenges of maintaining a compelling narrative over multiple seasons. With the promise of new spin-offs and a possible conclusion to the main series on the horizon, there's still hope that Yellowstone can course-correct and deliver a finale worthy of the Dutton legacy. For now, fans are left to ponder what could have been, holding on to the hope that the best is yet to come.